Okay, so here's my triangle. Okay, we need to find angle A, angle B, and angle C. So we can't use our law of sines because the law of sines has, you need an angle and a side across from that angle. So that's not a possibility here. This is what we call side, 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 in which you're given all three sides. So we need to be able to manipulate this in order to solve it. Okay? So let's work with angle A to begin with. That means then, using the cosine law, I start with that. Okay, the cosine law says that if I have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times the cos of angle A. So I want to isolate angle A. To do that, I need to add and subtract first, as I always do, and then I divide at the very end. So I'm going to subtract b squared and c squared to the other side. Everybody follow that so far? Subtraction. So now I've got this whole expression here, and I want to solve for cos A. So what's the next thing I need to do? By negative 2bc. That's right. So cos A equals, so here's what I'm going to show you. This is a squared minus b squared minus c squared over minus 2bc. Now notice what I've done with my brackets. The brackets are extremely important to me. I have to have brackets on the top, I have to have brackets on the bottom. I also need to use second function cos in order to solve this. So if I'm using the graphing calculators, I'm going to need a pile of brackets. I'm going to need 3 sets of brackets. Because if I go second function cos, then I got to open the bracket for the top, close the top off, divide, open the bottom bracket, close the bottom bracket, close the entire bracket. So it looks like there's a pile of brackets in there. So here's how this works. Okay, first of all, I want you to see this. This top part here, the leading letter is always the one that's across from the angle you're talking about. Okay, now you can write these all down on your cheat sheet. Write the one for cos B and the one for cos C. Put them all down if you want. Doesn't matter to me. You only need one, or you should only have to have one. Realistically, this is all you need right here. But if you want to write them all down, go ahead. That's fine. All right, so here's how this works. Bracket. What's my A value in that question? B? C?
16.
Now, do not put the extra brackets down here. What do the extra brackets down here mean? It's multiplying. So don't do that in your calculator. You already have enough brackets. Don't do it in your calculator. Okay, so if I'm using the graphing calculator, this is what it looks like. Here's what it looks like in your graphing calculator. If you can punch them all in at once, which you can on the graphing calculator.
What does that say to start there? 2 what?
Second function.
Oh.
Second function cos -1. Right? Okay, so let's punch this into our calculator and make sure we get a solution that we're all happy with. And for those of you that don't have the graphing calculator, you can solve this first by using the brackets, and divide by this using brackets, and then second function cos after. But you still want to use brackets, top and bottom. Put it in.
Why
What'd you get?
60 degrees?
Give me the exact value.
60 degrees.
Is there no decimals?
No.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. 60 degrees. Anybody not get that answer? Jeffrey?
I got 120, but on the second bracket part, do you go 2 times 10 or is that?
-2 times 10. Who else didn't get that value? Sorry? Says code 2, you got an error.
Yeah.
We'll find out what your error is. And you gotta watch Jacob, how many brackets are up here?
Is that?
How many brackets?
3 cents.
Okay, but right here, 2. And then you got 1 here, and then 2 more here.
Oh, because you're doing side graphs to the whole thing.
Yes, to the whole thing, that's right. Exactly correct. Okay, yes, Jeffrey. Don't put too close, Jeffrey, it's second close. Okay, any other issues? Okay, when you're done with that, find B and C. Find B. So what is the cos of B equal to? What's the cos of B equal to?
B squared take away A squared take away C squared divided by -2 AC.
Alright, girl, good job. Okay. So again, solve it. So in this case, second cos again, -1. What's opposite B? Plus 2. Okay, punch it in. Put it in your calculator. Sorry?
26.1.
Okay, what do we say about decimal places?
Each found.
How many? How many should we be going with? 3 decimal places for everything. Okay, so what is it, 26 decimal
109.
109? Round it correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, it's important because you're gonna need them for, you need to do the 3 decimal places next year as well. Just make sure it's right. Anybody not get that value?
I got 38.3.
That's what I got.
Okay, so let's backtrack. Alright, Jake, do something simple. Alright, what did you get, 38?
213.
Okay. done. You get this? Can you get this? You can't do it? That's why I'm asking. Shit. Close. One. Bracket, brackets. Here, do this. 14. Squared. 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 Bracket. Divide. Bracket. Minus 2. Close. Okay.
Yeah, like this, that makes it fall off the figure.
Okay, so let's do C, and again, we don't do it the easy way because that's our only check way. So let's do C the longer way. So what is this going to read? Cos C is equal to what? C squared minus E squared, or A squared minus B squared, right? No, minus 2AB. 3 plus 4 the same as 4 plus 3?
Just kidding.
Okay, so put it in like that. Doesn't matter if you put the A first, the B first. Calculate it.
Do we have the answer?
Not yet. Somebody calculate the answer for me.
81.787.
How do I check my answer to see if it's right?
Minus angles with things opposite of figures.
Yeah. And the second way? Okay, so let's check it that way first. Does equal 180? Okay, then we know we have it right. Okay? All right?
My calculator.
Your calculator
Wants to do that.
doesn't want to.
No.
And you don't want to. Second function goes bracket, bracket. Okay, and this one will be C squared. So 16 squared minus 10 squared minus 14 squared, right? Close it, divided by, put another bracket. Minus 2 times, right? Minus 2 times 14 times 16. What'd you get?
That's the other one. Four. You have very nice.
I mean, I love it for break.
The first time I saw you're dying.
I'm like,
Like, I'm dying, you notice that. Just like a whisper.
Okay, then if you're 3 degrees off, then we use the wrong numbers down here. Okay? You use 10 and 16 instead of 14 and 16 if you're 3 numbers off.
use 10 and 16.
No, you did use 10 and 16 instead of 14 and 16 here.
I used 14 and 16.
You did not use 14 and 16 or you would get the correct answer. So try it again using 14 and 16 down there. Or actually, which one are you doing? C?
C.
Okay, well C is this then. Try it again. Go ahead, Karen.
So this is SSS.
Yeah, so when I use this equation to find my angle, it's because I do not have another angle in the equation. Okay? So that's when I use this. And that occurs when I'm given 3 sides and no angles in the equation. Does everybody understand that? So that's the only time you use it. Otherwise, use your law of sines. It's way easier.
Okay,
So if you have a side and an angle across from it, then use your law of sines. Bodie?
I punched it in the exact thing, I punched it into mine, he didn't, it said.
Okay, I'll have a look at this. Pardon me? No, he's got an error because of this. You can't use the
When not
subtract
with
sign.
when not with the equation or this is like
Okay, you have the rest of today to do 3-1, 3-2, and 3-3. We'll work on 3-4 tomorrow, which is law of sines. So make sure you know what you're doing. Ambiguous case. Oh no, it's just using, never mind, it's 3-4 solving problems.
Just wondering, did you get the?
Jake, do you have them back yet?